kindly said, I'm Jonathan Walters. I'm the Web Development Manager at Loughborough University. We're just really starting out on the beginning of our Site Manager adventure. We installed Site Manager about 5 months ago. We went straight to version 7. We went live with our first Site Manager site about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. So all very exciting for us. I saw some like and dislike cards. I don't want to. They're not for this, are they? No. Okay, that's fine.
If you want.
Okay. Just before we start properly, who in the room? Hands up. Who knows where Loughborough is in the UK? A fair few number of people. Okay, not a great amount of people. Okay. Hands up in the room who, before I stood up, thought that it was pronounced Loughborough. Few people. Okay. Well, just very quickly, if you're not familiar with Loughborough University, we're one of the country's leading universities. Well, I would say that, but it's fairly true. We're a Sunday Times University of the Year 2008-09. We've been the best, Times Higher Best Student Experience for 4 years in succession. We are arguably the UK's premier university for sport and internationally renowned for research. We have pleasure in saying we're the official preparation camp headquarters for team prior to the 2012 Olympics. And we're a large single-site campus in the heart of England, just off junction 23 of the M1, just down the road from East Midlands Airport. And that's what our campus looks like. Very green, very spacious. Please come and visit. Okay, so what did our website look like before Site Manager? Let's turn over some pages here. Well, important to say that we, as a university, we didn't have a university-wide content management system. Publishing was predominantly using Dreamweaver. There was real enthusiasm for web publishing, but frustration in terms of the tools available, the process of getting web content up on the website. We also had a wide variety of university publishing styles, so very, very different looking sites, and no real strong Loughborough University brand identity. We also didn't have any kind of global navigation in effect across all of the sites, so consequently all of our kind of departmental sites were very much seen in isolation, so there was no way to move from site to site. So consequently that was very difficult for the user, very difficult user journey. So the key objectives, before we even signed on the dotted line with Terminal 4, but the objectives for web development at Loughborough University was to introduce a more consistent publishing mechanism. As I say, predominantly people using Dreamweaver, front page, PowerPoint, Microsoft Word. So really to introduce a more consistent publishing mechanism that would make it easier for us to support departmental publishers. We wanted a solution that required little or no technical skills. What we were finding is people were getting bogged down in the technical aspects of web publishing and not really thinking about what they were trying to say, what their message was, who they were trying to talk to. We wanted to allow more people in the departments to update their web content. Prior to Site Manager, we were only able to give 1 or 2 people in departments the ability to publish to the web, for fear of them treading on each other's toes and everything going to pot. So we want to be able to give more people the ability to publish to the web. What else have we got? Better integration with our corporate systems, lots of systems doing lots of different things. Being able to pull content from a variety of systems, we're keen to do that. The ability to reuse content across a variety of sites. So for example, course information on departmental websites, duplicating that with the prospectus, be able to pull content from the prospectus and put it on departmental sites. But really it was about professionalising web publishing and giving our web publishers the right tools, I put the right tools for the job. So the challenge for us, we've set ourselves quite a big challenge, which is to move all of our academic and support service departments and all our top level pages into the WCMS by the end of 2012. And I'm hoping that Peter's presentation will give me some comfort in that challenge. We've got about 80 plus sites of varying sizes. We've got in excess of 250 publishers. Some we can probably jettison, but some we'll want to bring in. Challenges for us, we've got limited central resources, we've got a very small web team supported by IT services, but a very small web team that isn't completely core funded by the university. So we work on unfortunately, a cost recovery basis, so we have to charge departments to do web work, which is a real frustration, but I won't go into that. But we do have some CMS resources to put into that. It's also complicated by an academic restructure, as universities do. They like to change their structure fairly regularly. We're moving from 3 faculties with lots of departments to 10 schools, so that presents us with quite a challenge in terms of how we approach that. So our approach to adoption, notice I'm using the word adoption rather than migration, because we want, well, a number of reasons, but we've just gone through an Exchange migration. So everybody's moved over to Exchange, which is quite painful. And use the term migration, people go, ooh, don't want to do that. So we're adopting. So we've gone through a 2-year planning process. Even before we decided on Site Manager, we spent a lot of time looking at our university websites as a whole and in departmental websites and really going around and talking to people. I miss it. I'm not even looking at my notes. This is terrible. Let's see where we are. So communicating with our key stakeholders, redeveloping a number of our existing sites, a large number of existing sites. We've implemented a standard publishing style across the university, and we've launched a number of sites using that standardised publishing style, Campus like Map, our Beijing Olympics website, Commonwealth Games website, etc. We've developed 3 pilot sites with Terminal4 as part of the Sure Start, which Neil was talking about earlier. One of which has already gone live, the second 2, the remaining 2 going live end of this month, beginning of December, hopefully. We're then going to do a further 4 academic pilot sites that we'll do in-house in our web team. It'll take us through to March, April time. We then have a phased adoption schedule, which we're finalising at the moment, which hopefully will take us through to the end of 2012. Talked about adoption. We're taking a very manual approach to adoption. We're not sucking all the content into Site Manager. There's a lot of inherent problems with a lot of our websites, and our feeling is that by sucking those websites into Site Manager, we're just going to suck in all the problems as well. So we're taking a very manual approach to adoption with little or no automation. And we also have an aspiration to create mobile versions of all web content, all the sites that go into the content management system. So we're hoping that we can use Site Manager to make that process a bit easier for us. Okay, how am I doing for time, Neil?
You okay?
I'm okay, good. Okay, so I think this is the last but one slide, so we're doing okay. So what we've learned so far, really important for us, is managing expectations, particularly among the academic team, and really communicating to people that the web content management system is not a solution to everything. It won't make really bad websites better. It won't create the content for you. It'll help, but it won't do those things. And really, it's really a way of getting content from your head to the web. I thought about that last night, head to web. But so really, it is about managing expectations and not allowing people to run away with the idea that it's going to solve all their problems. Careful planning, really, really crucial, and not rushing into getting sites live. Like I say, we spent probably 2 years planning for web content management. I think that's been crucial in how we take things forward. Communicating with a wider university community, really, really important. Getting buy-in from the more traditional members of staff is really important. Get them involved, generate enthusiasm among those people. Really start to do that as early as possible, I think, for us. That was a real learning point for us. And don't underestimate how much people are attached to the old. I don't know what the old what, but really about not understanding how much people like using Front Page or Dreamweaver or 5 minutes. Oh, I'm well ahead of schedule. So yeah, not underestimating that and really working with those kind of skeptics as we see them to help them recognise the benefits of web content management And also using departments as we roll out, using people, kind of key people in other departments to be the advocates of the system, rather than marketing coming and talking to them and kind of giving them the marketing speak. It's really more about getting the actual users there and getting them to be advocate. Okay, I think that's it. It's a very exciting time for Loughborough University. We're at the beginning of this web content management system adventure. It's an awfully big web content management system adventure, but it's very exciting. And that's me. That's who I am, and thank you. Okay.